When I left high school, I did have a list. I wanted to be in the media, I wanted to sail across the ocean, and I wanted to be a park ranger. Took the radio job first, ended up doing it for 40 years. I get an email one day from my wife that says, "Let's sail to New Zealand." Just kind of out of the blue. It took me like 2-3 nanoseconds to go, "Roger that, hon, you bet, let's do it." 40 miles north of San Francisco, and this storm comes out of nowhere. Heavy, heavy winds. The seas are like pyramids. GPS is jumping all over, radar's jumping all over. And, well, I'm just going to have to eyeball it. So darkness falls, and now I'm just guessing at this point. And I saw a light way off in the distance. And at first I just thought it was maybe a fishing boat or something. But as I got closer, I realized I did it. I navigated us across the Pacific Ocean. And the lighthouse is the capper. I thought a lighthouse just saved our lives, more than likely. When we came here, we kind of sniffed around, well, we're not going to be cruising in the sailboat forever, so when we're done, this might be a good place to move. Whenever I go anywhere, I read everything I can. Voracious reader about the area. So I read everything about the biology of the area, the culture, the history. I read every book I could find. Captain Cook was here in 1778, and he found there's otters and was able to sell them to China. Pretty soon there were a lot of ships out here that were in the otter trade. So by the gold rush in 1849, lots of people are coming out here. And the Oregon Trail's humming, hundreds and hundreds of wagons all the time. We had a problem, however, and that was for commerce really to develop, shipping had to run all the time. Before we had the lighthouses, all the coastal shipping stopped every night, all night. Now we got 24-hour shipping. Railroads are coming in by the 1850s and 60s, and we've got an infrastructure. Lens was built back in Paris in 1868. So it was manned from 1873 through 1966, which means living on the property, watching it at night. 3 light keepers, at least 2 families, and sometimes 3. They actually did that until they had automation equipment good enough they could walk away. So when the Coast Guard took over in 1939, one of the first things they did was change it to a flashing pattern. 2 seconds on, 2 seconds off, 2 seconds on, 14 seconds off. When a mariner sees that light, they know it's Yaquina Head. Then, I got this park ranger thing in the back of my head because I always wanted to do that. The site manager who was here at the time called me in one day and he said, there's a paid seasonal ranger job coming up. And I said, well, who in the heck would hire a 67-year-old man? I said, sure, I'd love to. Well, you must be the new recruits for Lightkeeper here at Yaquina Head, is that right? Yeah. There went the bucket list. I have a little saying around here, if the light goes out, lives go out. This is your lighthouse, and we're going to take care of it till you come back. How's that? Thanks for coming, you guys. You were just great. Thank you very much.